and welcome to another episode of The Wellness Connection. I'm Dr. Mark LeMay.
And I'm Michelle LeMay.
And as you can probably tell, we just got back from a wonderful trip down to Australia where we visited our friends at Medi Herb. We took a lot of pictures, we took a lot of video, and so we're going to be doing a lot of editing. Well, what I mean by that is Michelle's going to be doing a lot of editing of our trip, and we wanted to share with you a lot of the great tips we got on traveling and what you can do.
Absolutely. All right, because we have 6 tips that we want to share with you because we hope that that'll make your next trip more healthy and definitely more enjoyable.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. All right, so tip number 1 is be prepared. Now, for me, that's second nature because that's just kind of how I'm bent. I like to organize and plan things. But I know, some of you watching, that might not be your strong point.
Mm-hmm.
But I would highly and strongly encourage you to prepare as much as you can ahead of time because that's going to reduce your stress and the stress of those around you.
And me too.
Yes. So do things as much as you can. And here's some specific tips on being prepared. So you are going to want to have the right maps and directions because it is not fun to be lost.
And we were very fortunate. It only happened to us once, and that was on our way to go to an electric bike tour.
Yes.
And we were lost because we didn't have
the right directions and map.
And we didn't have the map that we had with us all the time before that.
Yes, I know. So, but we are not going to dwell on that.
Nope.
But our mistake is going to hopefully be to your benefit. So have the right maps, the right directions, and connections, whatever it is, boarding passes, all that kind of stuff.
All that stuff.
Have that ahead of time so it's not stressful, you don't get into a fight or anything like that, and that you just are able to get to your destinations on time and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
So now when you get to your destination or event that you're going to, make sure you have your tickets or passes or whatever it is, either on your phone or printed like the old-fashioned way. Sometimes it's just easier to have it on printed paper because it's safer. Sometimes your phone might die and then great, you don't have the pass. And what was that confirmation number again? I don't know.
I don't remember.
So if you want to just reduce your stress, sometimes the old-fashioned way works best is just print these things out, have them with you just as like insurance.
Yep.
So another thing that you're going to want to check ahead of time and be prepared for is your internet and phone call coverage.
Yeah.
Because you do not want, I'm sure you know of somebody, hopefully it wasn't you, that got back from a vacation and was shocked when they saw their phone bill and there were all these roaming charges and crazy internet charges. That is not a fun thing that you want to remember from your vacation. So do all that prep work ahead of time and you will save yourself a lot of headaches.
And to Michelle's credit, she did a great job of checking it out ahead of time, so we didn't have any of those. That was wonderful.
Yep, exactly. So, and a tip for going to a foreign country, obviously they're going to have foreign currency, so you're going to want to figure out how to exchange your American dollars to whatever country you're going to be in.
Yep.
So we went to our bank and found out it would cost $10 for them to do that exchange for us. And I thought, okay, I know it's only $10, but I want it.
It's $10.
It's $10, and I'm frugal, and I want to see if I can save $10 if I can. And sure enough, I went online, found a very reputable online company that I could do the exchange for free.
Yeah, free.
And they deliver it to a different bank where we just picked it up.
Yep.
And boom, we were in business. So
that was great.
Pretty cool. So do some checking online and you might save yourself $10. Right?
Absolutely. $10
Yes.
is $10.
So besides saving money, you can also save yourself time by getting a global entry pass, which is what we did.
Well worth it. Very
Yes,
well worth it.
yes. At the time of this filming, it's $100, and it covers you for 5 years.
5 years.
And it helps you basically zip in and out of airport security and customs.
Customs.
TSA pre-check, and so it's just really nice. It doesn't work at every single airport in every single situation,
Nope.
but most of the time we were able to zip through to the front of a separate line that we just
That was small.
and so that was pretty cool.
That was cool.
So I highly encourage you to check that out and see if that works for you. Best $100 we I think ever spent
Per person.
Yes, per
Yeah.
person. So again, going to a foreign country, you're going to need a passport. So once you get all that taken care of in plenty of time,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to want to make copies of that and any other important vital information like your credit cards. And here's a great tip that we learned from one of our patients that travels a lot out of the country is you want to copy the front and the back of the card, because if your card gets stolen, where's the phone number that you need to call?
On
the back of the card that you don't have. So that's why it's important to copy that information and store it someplace safe, obviously, so that doesn't get stolen.
But what happens if your cards do get stolen, Michelle?
Okay, so here's another great tip from this couple, and that is to, if your card gets stolen, go to an ATM machine and withdraw some money first before you report it.
Because again, usually it's, like say it was, I got mine stolen, Michelle's got her copy, so she just
Right.
takes hers and goes there and gets some money out of the ATM because...
Right, because as soon as you call that credit card company, what are they going to do? They're going to freeze your account, and now you don't have your cards, you don't have access to your account, you don't have any cash or anything, so you're stuck.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yes, exactly. So that I thought that was a great tip.
That was a really
Get a
good
little
tip.
money, little cash out of an ATM, then call and report it, and it just, protects you and just makes things, a little bit easier.
Peace of mind, you got plenty of money now.
Exactly. So now you got some breathing space.
Yes.
You can eat or whatever you need to do.
Yep.
So I thought that was a great tip. So that's a lot of tips in just that first tip. But overall, I would say the big tip is be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared.
Okay, it's going to save you a lot of headaches, heartaches, time, and money.
Yes. Okay, let's go on to tip number 2, and that is get moving. So our flight from LA all the way to Brisbane was 13 hours straight. So what I tell people is that unless you're in the aisle, getting up and down, you're not going to get to move a whole lot. So here's some things you can do when you're on those kind of flights like that. So stretching while you're sitting there, because it helps with blood flow. So you want to be able to move around and stretch, do things as much as you possibly can, stretching forward, side to side, stuff like that. Don't worry, the people around you, they don't care. They're trying to do the same thing. Also, while you're waiting to get on your plane, remember, you're going to be sitting for a long period of time unless you can get up and move around the plane, which you could do that on our long flight too, and it was really nice. I did that quite a bit. But again, if you can move around, walk, do stuff where you're at, waiting to board, because you want to stretch and stay active.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get to your destination, okay, you're going to probably have to wait over till your next flight to wherever you're going, because we went from all the way to Brisbane, and then we had to sit and wait there at the airport for hours before we went to our next flight up to Cairns.
Mm-hmm.
So we walked around, and boy, we walked around a lot, didn't we? We put in some mileage there
Yes.
at the Brisbane airport.
Yes.
They know us there.
Not just at the airport, but when we got to our destination,
Yes.
we just did a lot of walking around and moving and stuff, because that was really helpful.
Well, yeah, and that kind of clears your cobwebs, kind of helps with the jet lag, get you moving again. So that's very helpful. And then find a place to exercise when you get there. When you finally get your place that you're going to be, what I did is we took our beach towels with us.
Mm-hmm.
And the beach towel was great because we could use it as a blanket, but we also could use it as an exercise mat when we're at the hotel. So I can lay down every morning and I did my Pilates exercises.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's a great thing that you can do for that. And again, there was also close by to our hotel that we're staying at in Cairns, there was an exercise area along the bike trails and the walking trails. So I could do pull-ups, I could do sit-ups, I could do a side-to-side kind of exercise, and more. There's a lot of different things you can do. So that's another great way to get exercise and get yourself moving. And then one thing that happened that we came across was we came across a water aerobics class that was in the pool right by the area that we're by. on our way when we're coming back from snorkeling. And again, if we weren't so tired after a whole day of doing that, we would have jumped in with them and did the water aerobics class. That would have been a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, it looked so fun. They had like 4 instructors up there.
Yeah.
They looked like they were having a blast. It was in this man-made pool /
Like
beach lagoon thing. Anyways,
that was cool.
It was really cool. I wish we weren't so tired, but yeah.
So
take advantage of what's around you.
Exactly. We'll take a look at what's around you and utilize that. So again, get moving and keep moving to reduce your stress. And you can also watch our video link in the description box below here for more on our thoughts on movement. So that's tip number 2.
Yes, movement. All right, tip number 3. I know you hear it all the time, but for good reason. Stay hydrated. Okay? Now, why? All right, we'll just reiterate a couple of things. Staying hydrated is going to help you have regular bowel movements and just to really function better overall.
Yeah.
You'll have better mental clarity. You'll have more energy, right? So what if you have to find a toilet?
So you got to do that all the time anyway.
Yeah, you're going to find one that's pretty close by. And if you don't find a toilet close by, then go refer back to tip number 1 and be prepared and make sure you know where the toilets are going to be.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so yes, it's worth having to find a toilet to have to do your business.
Yep.
So do that. And then what we did also is we brought 2 kinds of water bottles. One had a water filter that you could insert inside because we weren't sure, what is the water quality going to be like, where we're going. We're going to be going to different places.
Yeah, we're gonna go into the outback, or
No, we didn't go.
We didn't go that far out.
No, we didn't go that far out. We went, but anyway, this way we were prepared. So anyway, this way you can buy them online. There's some really great built-in water filters. So try that.
$20.
Yeah. And then the other water bottle that we brought had one of those blender balls in it because we use that for blending our shakes, our SP Complete shakes. So that was awesome. That was like my breakfast every morning, and sometimes we would take it with us because we didn't know were we going to be close to food, or it's just a good way to get additional energy. So it was nice to have both kinds of water bottles.
Yeah.
Yes. So another tip is bring your own tea bags. I saw in some other travel videos that their suggestion is to bring your favorite tea bags. Not for drinking on the plane necessarily, because I'd also heard that the water filtration system on planes may not be well cleaned and maintained. So there may be some more bacteria than you want to expose yourself to. So wait till you get to your destination. Have your favorite tea bags with you, maybe for sleeping or for, waking up, and it'll just kind of feel a little bit more like home and maybe part of your regular routine.
Yeah.
So bring your own tea bags if you like. Adding fruit to your water is a great thing.
Like lemons, limes.
Exactly. And whatever kind of fruit you like.
Yeah.
I did a video on, how to drink more water, so I'll include those links in the description box below. Another tip is to stay away from caffeinated drinks like energy drinks and coffee, because you may have a little bit extra energy for a short period of time, but it's really going to zap your energy overall, and it's really going to dehydrate you. So you don't want that. So stay away from that. Just drink plenty of water. Find your own ways to do that. But bottom line, tip number 3, stay hydrated.
Yeah. Okay, and then tip number 4 is strengthen your immune system. And you want to do this both on the inside, strengthen your immune system, and on the outside too. So let's go over outside. What I mean by that is like you're going to be sitting in a seat in an airplane for a long period of time. So they can be kind of dirty, the armrests and the seat and stuff like that. So you just take some wipes with you, and you can wipe the arms off, the seat off, and the headrest, stuff like that you're going to be coming into contact with. Don't be like wiping down the whole plane. You don't have to get that carried away.
You don't have to wipe your neighbor down.
Yeah, you don't have to wipe your neighbor down.
Yeah.
That's over the top.
Yeah.
So that's something you can do as far as outside. Now inside, what I like to do with people is basically getting some good quality herbal medicines and food supplements. And yes, we are biased by standard process. We like them, and also Medi Herb, especially their echinacea that they have, because it is like the best quality you can possibly get on the market. Nobody else comes close to them.
Absolutely.
So
They saved me big time.
oh yeah, we'll talk about that in just a little bit here too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
because and we have basically what we call our emergency kits. We have an emergency kit of standard process, and we have an emergency kit of the Medi Herb products. And I'm not kidding you. I mean, we have stuff in there that will help you with when you're traveling. If you get like a fever, a sore throat, sunburn, muscle cramp, diarrhea. Who wants that on your trip? Constipation or any kind of indigestion. Because you're eating things that are different. And so you may come into contact with a few things that your body hasn't seen before. And so if you have the right things with you, it won't impact you like that, because we didn't have that happen. But I know Michelle was getting really run down from so much activity.
And so much walking around and other kind of movement. So that having those kits and having those extra emergency supplements helped, because I did get a slight fever and I did get a sore throat. And having those extra things on hand was super, super helpful, because then my trip wasn't ruined because I was sick. It just helped me get over these few symptoms really quickly.
Really quickly.
So that was so helpful.
Yeah. So again, remember, if you have a nice, strong immune system, you will greatly reduce your chances of getting ill when you're traveling. So that's tip number 4.
Yep. All right. Awesome. So on to tip number 5. We're almost there to the end. Watch what you eat and drink.
Yes.
Don't let your vacation be your license to go crazy and go overboard so much that you end up making yourself sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dr. LeMay said, you are going to be exposed to a lot of things, and you really want to watch your sugar content, and just, it's fine to try things, but you want to keep it within reason, okay? And what we did is we split our dessert, and we split our meals. So, I never, hardly ever get a dessert when we go out. But this time we were able to, because we split everything so that we could try some of the appetizers, we could try the salads, we could try the entrees, and then we had room, because we were splitting, that we could both try the dessert. So it was great that we could try all these things, but not get, overstuffed because we had so much of one. And this way we're not wasting food, because we didn't have any leftovers to worry about.
Yeah, and again, the servings that they were giving us were good sized servings. So it's like, we just told them, we're going to split this. And they're like, oh, that'll work out really well for you guys, because they're big.
No worries.
Big. Yeah,
worries,
they say,
mate.
no worries, Mike.
Yes. So don't feel weird about having to split stuff. Everybody, happens all the time. It's easy to do. And this way you get to try a lot of different things without, injuring yourself, so to speak.
Yeah, really, because you're overdoing it, because you don't want to do that. You want to, and again, it's one of the best things you'll ever do. You'll get a chance to try a lot more things that way too.
Exactly. So what you can do, like for the plane, is, and just overall, is bringing healthy snacks with you. Or if you get there, we grocery shopped a little bit and we found some healthy snacks.
Yes.
Because we would be off on an excursion all day, and it would just be nice to know that if we got hungry, that we had a healthier option instead of whatever it was that they were serving that may not have been the best choice for us.
Yeah.
So bring some healthy snacks with you. We brought in our little kits the digestive aids so that we were prepared, because I'm not used to eating a lot of carbohydrates, but I was prepared to handle all those things, and I never had an issue. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So having some kind of digestive aids with you is really helpful. We both brought our shake mix. So that was my breakfast. That was part of your breakfast. Yep. He eats more than I do, so that was just fine for me. We had our blender bottles, so it was great. And then we also took some of the shake mix with us when we'd go on excursions. because it's just nice to have some quick energy like that. So having,
Quick and easy.
good protein
Really
mix, because it's got protein and vegetables and fiber, so it's very complete.
And it was chocolate.
Yes, it was chocolate, and mine was chai flavored, which was really good. So be prepared and bring some of those healthy things with you. Next tip under that tip is try not to overdo it with alcohol, because that can really ruin everything in a hurry. So, and it's going to make you weaker, not stronger.
Yeah, and again, it's just like alcohol also dehydrates you. It does. I mean, athletes know this already. It's like that will take your energy away from you. Will make you perform better. It does not.
No, exactly. So enjoy yourself. The key tip on this is moderation, right? I kind of touched on that earlier. Try different things. Don't go overboard. Just exercise moderation, and you really will enjoy your vacation time a lot more.
Okay, now to the final one here, which is tip number 6, and that is sleep. Traveling through multiple time zones can really take a toll on you. That's what we found out. Not so much as going to where we went to in Australia, is coming back that we found out more about this. And again, when we were in Australia, we got to go to a seminar there, and part of that seminar was on sleep. So we were like really listening up on this one. So sleep is incredibly important for your health and well-being. And here's a few ideas what you can do to help with that. Let's go to the next page. Okay. So on the plane, do yourself, the best thing you can do for yourself on the plane is to stay on your normal eating and sleeping routine. So like when we took off, it was nighttime. It was like right around about, what was it, 7?
7 o'clock, we left Sacramento.
So
10:30 when we left LA.
Yeah, so when we left at 10:30, we'd already eaten. And it was kind of funny because it's like they came around, they like served a meal. And we're like, no, we don't want the meal right now. I mean, we're going to go to sleep. Okay.
Yep.
So,
or try.
Exactly, or try. So bring sleep accessories with you. Like we had eye masks, we had the earplugs. You can have like, noise canceling headphones. We also remember, they had blanket, or like us, we had our beach towel, so we could use that as a blanket if we needed to. And then comfortable clothes. You want to be in really nice, comfortable clothes. You don't want to be in anything that's tight, restricting to try to sleep in. And then we also had neck pillows. We bought these ahead of time. We each had one, so it was an adjustable pillow. We could either wrap it around here, or we could put it off to the side like this. It was great, so we could sleep. So we stayed on our time frame as far as our circadian rhythm, and that really helped us. So when we got to our destination, which was like, according to them, was 4 o'clock in the morning, Brisbane time, but for us it was really like, 17 hours ahead of that, or behind. So it's like, it was like the middle of the day or later in the day, so we were like awake. Okay, so then once you reach your destination, you may need to stay awake to help your body to get on local time, or what we call sleep pressure. What you're doing is building up. So I think we were up for a total like, how many hours were we up for?
I didn't want to finish calculating it, but over 24 hours.
Yeah, it was over 24 hours. So when
like
we finally did go to sleep, I mean, we slept a good straight like 8, 9, 10 hours. It was like we were out. So that'll help you out. And then we also bring alligator clips with us, because you always go to the hotel rooms like that, they always have like the drapes there, but the drapes are like, always there's a big huge crack and there's all this light coming in, and you're like,
hate that.
Oh gosh, you want to keep it dark in there. So the alligator clips close it and keep it like that. So that's really helpful. We also take push pins, and we put the push pins around there and push pin them into the wall, so it even blocks out the light more. So like we're trying to create a nice dark environment. We do that at home here too, and it works beautifully. Also, you can do this at home. There are several herbal supplements that help with jet lag, brain function, energy, and also normalizing your sleep. That is really helpful. We found that out on the way back, because when we got back here, it's like our sleep was a little bit messed up for probably, for me, about 4 days. I know for Michelle it was a little bit longer.
Probably about 5 or so.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing. It's proven, get this, it's proven that in the studies that getting at least 8 hours of sleep per night or more is vital for healing, dumping toxins, and resetting your nervous system. And there's a bonus for weight loss. So if you want to increase your weight loss, sleep more than 8 hours a day. All right. So
This way, you stay away from the refrigerator.
yeah, because you won't eat as much. Okay?
Yes.
That's a great thing about that.
Yes, no, that's not the only reason. That is actually a reason.
That is a
but
reason.
That's not the only reason. There's some other scientific reasons that they have proven in studies. So yeah, that's a really valid point.
Yep.
So get your sleep. Not just on vacation. You should be getting 8 hours at least all the time, right?
Correct. Here.
Yes.
So when you're back home, 8 or more hours of sleep each night. 99.9% of the population, that's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
The other 0.1% doesn't. Okay, that's the rarity. So
Yeah.
we hope you got a lot of helpful information out of this video. So if you did, like, subscribe, and also click on the notification bell so that you can keep getting this content coming right directly to you. Also, give us comments down below, and tell us about your favorite travel tips too, or the ones you got from this video here too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm Dr. Mark LeMay,
And I'm Michelle LeMay.
and thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.